students, welcome to 12th standard. According to the new syllabus of HSC board exam, there are 7 chapters in mathematics part 1. Today we are going to learn the second chapter, matrices. In earlier standard, we have studied the definition of matrix, types of matrix and algebra of matrix. So before starting the chapter, we are going to revise the introduction of matrix. Now the definition of matrix is an arrangement of mn numbers in m rows and n columns within a bracket is called as matrix of order m by n. For example, a matrix A of the elements 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 2 rows and 2 columns. Therefore, order of this matrix is 2 by 2. The rows are formed in horizontal way and columns are formed in vertical way. So here 2 rows and 2 columns. The first row is denoted by R1 and second row is denoted by R2. Similarly, the first column is denoted by C1 and second column is denoted by C2. Generally, rows and columns are denoted by capital R and capital C. There are several types of matrices, in which first type is row matrix, second type is column matrix, square matrix, rectangular matrix, diagonal matrix, scalar matrix, identity matrix, null matrix, triangular matrix, in which 2 types, upper triangular matrix and lower triangular matrix. Next one is determinant of matrix, singular matrix, non-singular matrix and transpose of matrix. Transpose of matrix means transpose of matrix get by interchanging rows and columns of the given matrix. Also, we have studied the algebra of matrices such as addition, subtraction and multiplication of 2 matrices. The matrices are useful in every branch of science. Many problems in statistics expressed in terms of matrices. It is also useful in economics as well as operation research. Hence, it is necessary to learn the uses of matrices with the help of elementary transformations and inverse of matrix. So let us first understand the meaning of elementary transformations and applications of elementary transformations. Elementary transformations are the operations which perform on rows and columns of the matrix. There are 3 elementary transformations. Let us see. First elementary transformation is interchange of any 2 rows or columns of the given matrix. If we have to interchange ith row and jth row of the given matrix, then we can write it symbolically in this way: interchange of ith row and jth row. For example, if A is equal to the matrix of elements 1, 2, 3, 4, and by applying the given transformation, interchange of first and second row in this way, R1, interchange of R1 and R2, it gives a new matrix 3, 4, 1, 2. This is a new matrix. Similarly, we can apply this transformation on columns of the matrix. If we have to change the ith and jth column, then we can write interchange of ith column and jth column. For example, if A is a matrix of elements 1, 2, 3, 4, and by applying the transformation interchange of C1 and C2, then we get the new matrix 2, 4, 1, 3. In this way, we get the interchange of any two rows of or columns of the matrix. Here note that after elementary transformation, the new matrix, we get new matrix which is equivalent to original matrix. Therefore, the new matrix can be written as A equivalent to. The new matrix can be written as to original matrix. The second elementary transformation is multiplication of the elements of any row or column by a non-zero scalar. If k is a scalar and the ith row is to be multiplied by constant k, then we multiply every element of ith row by the constant k. Symbolically, it is denoted by changes in ith row such that the scalar multiple of ith row k into Ri. For example, if a matrix A with the elements 0, 2, 3, 4 and 4 is a scalar, then we have to changes in second row such that multiplied by constant 4, then we get a new matrix 0, 2, first row as it is, and changes in second row such that multiply by 4 to every element in second row. So we get 3 into 4. 3 into 4 is equal to 12 and 4 into 4 is equal to 60. This is a new matrix. So A equivalent to the new matrix. Similarly, this transformation can be applied on column. If k is a scalar and we have to changes in ith column such that symbolically it is denoted by k into ith column, multiplying ith column by scalar k. For example, if A is equal to the matrix of elements 0, 2, 3, 4 and changes in second column such that every element in second column multiply by scalar minus 3, then we get a new matrix. First column as it is 0, 3 and changes in second column 2 into minus 3 is equal to minus 6 and 4 into minus 3 is equal to minus 12. In this way we get a new matrix. The third part of the elementary transformation is adding the scalar multiples of all elements of any row or column to the corresponding elements of any other row or column. If k is a non-zero scalar and the k multiples of the elements of ith row are to be added to the elements of jth row, that is, the k multiples of elements of first row are added to the multiples of second row. Symbolically, it is denoted by changes in jth row such that jth row plus scalar multiple of ith row. For example, if a matrix A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and k is equal to 2, that is the scalar k is equal to 2, then by applying this transformation, we have to changes in R1 such that R1, the elements in R1 plus scalar multiple of elements in corresponding scalar multiples of corresponding elements in R2. Then we get a new matrix in this way, changes in R1. The elements in the first element in R1 is 1 plus first element in R2 3 into 2. Similarly, we can apply the same transformation on the second elements in first row. So take second element in first row 2 plus scalar 2 into the corresponding elements in row 2 4.
Then by calculating this we get the new matrix with the elements in first row 7 and 10 and second row as it is. So students, here note that elementary transformation of any two rows or columns are being done to the corresponding elements. So the students, today we have covered the first topic, elementary transformation.